Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. Just a quick one this evening. I just got back from a business networking event in Sunderland run by an organisation called Business Scene. And there's just something that kind of stayed on my mind as I left the event and made the drive back home. And that was a guy who we met there who said that whenever he's out networking, whenever he's doing anything in a business capacity, if he takes somebody's business cards, what he'll do is, some of them he put in his right hand pocket, the other he put in his left. Now the right hand pocket is reserved for people who he knows that he wants to follow up with. The left hand pocket is for people whose cards he's just taken out of politeness but that he's not really going to bother with. Now that got my cogs turning a little bit. Now the guy actually followed this up by saying that the ones that go in the right hand pocket, the ones he sees value in, are the people he thinks he can get business from. The other ones go straight in that left hand pocket. And basically there's two things I've taken from this. Firstly, from the position of somebody who is giving the business card to this guy, I suppose it refreshes the thing that you're always being judged, and whenever you're talking to someone networking, you know, regardless of your intentions in networking, they've got their own aims, they've got their own sort of motivations of what they're trying to get out of it, and so they're going to be prejudging you and pre-qualifying you as to whether or not you have any value to them to follow up with. Now, in my personal opinion, this is the wrong way of doing things, because every connection has value. And it sounds very cliche, it's very twee, and it's, you know, it's bandied around a lot in networking circles, but it's all about selling through the room, not to the room. It's who you know, not what you know. So, you know, the people who he's discounting and slipping in that left-hand pocket may very well have connections that he could, you know, channel through to and do business with. But because he's making an instant decision on basically whether or not he can get any business directly from that person based on that initial conversation, that initial meeting, then he's potentially cutting off massive opportunities. And that's the second thing I took from it, from the perspective of the guy who is divvying up these cards. You know, are you missing out on massive opportunities because you're making snap judgments on people and you're looking for the pound signs above the heads rather than trying to get to know them, engaging with them and finding out who they know and how they can help you? It doesn't just have to be in a business capacity in terms of whether they can give you any money, whether they can give you a business that generates income. You know, the person you're talking to may very well be the ideal connection as a supplier, or just as a friend, or somebody to get a bit of advice from. But if you slip their card in that left hand pocket, you're completely killing off that relationship before it even starts. So think about that from both sides of it. When you're out networking, remember that there are some people in the room who do have these sort of mentalities and who are basically scanning you and assessing you on whether or not, you know, you're going to generate some sort of financial gain to them. But while you're out networking, make sure you don't do the same thing. Make sure that, you know, you're not killing off potential connections, potential relationships based on snap judgments. Try to connect, try to engage, and you never know, you might be surprised. Thanks for stopping in. Cheers.